Over 2 decades of war in Afghanistan, Pakistan played a double game with the United States by promising to fight terrorism and cooperate with Washington while cultivating the Taliban and other extremist groups that attacked US forces. Few days ago, US senators demanded a probe into Pakistan's role in Taliban's victory. And now, a former US National Security Advisor has raised his voice to hold Pakistan accountable. Our report.
Afghanistan has been the topic of discussion the world over since 15 August. As Washington ponders how the US lost its longest war in Afghanistan, it's worth considering another question: who won the war? There is the Taliban, of course. But a bigger winner is the Taliban's primary patron, which is Pakistan. During the war, Pakistani military and intelligence services provided sanctuary, funding, and training for the Taliban and its lethal terrorist group, the Haqqani Network. Strategic prudence demands that now, when American troops have completed their exit, the Biden administration should hold the current Prime Minister accountable for some of its controversial remarks on Afghanistan in recent days. Recently, speaking on Pakistan and its double standards on terrorism, former US National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Mick Masters stated that any assistance provided to Pakistan should stop immediately.
When the United States was present in Afghanistan battling the Taliban, United States knew what Pakistan was doing, but for those 20 odd years the United States chose not to do anything. And there were problems. What were the problems? That if you alienated Pakistan too much, then Pakistan's cooperation in allowing transit facilities for the Americans to Afghanistan would be blocked, and they would become even more uncooperative. And given the fact that the Americans had also alienated the Russians, etc., using the Central Asian route to send supplies to Afghanistan was also extremely difficult.
Pakistan is at the receiving end of international criticism for its open support to the Taliban. Without Pakistan's intelligence and military establishment's unstinting support for the Taliban, the group would be a nuisance rather than an effective fighting force. The United States has steadfastly refused to do one thing it could have done long ago: targeted sanctions against those in Pakistan's deep state who sponsor Islamist militants. Washington remained convinced that Pakistan was too dangerous to sanction, and US pundits rehearsed fears that Pakistan may collapse or sanction may provide nuclear weapons to terrorists. Islamabad took full advantage of such belief, and it continued to use Islamist organizations to fuel terrorism in Afghanistan. However, to defend itself, it denies all the allegations that it has provided material, logistical, and intel support to the Taliban, claiming that it delivered what it was expected to deliver.
In my opinion, this talk about Pakistani nuclear weaponry falling into the hands of the Taliban, I think was always overblown. Even the Americans knew that. If such a thing happens, it will happen with the active connivance and cooperation of the Pakistani authorities. So this particular talk is something that should be discouraged, and Pakistan should be told very clearly that if anything of this kind happens, it will be seen to be an action taken by the Pakistan authorities, a deliberate action taken by the Pakistan authorities, and action will be taken accordingly.
Given the gravity of the situation in Afghanistan today, it is absolutely essential for the international community to take action against countries like Pakistan. World leaders have the duty to the women and girls of Afghanistan, as well as to the entire generation raised in relative freedom, to stop the thuggish brutality of the Taliban and its tactics. It can be achieved only after punishing those who are aiding the brutal regime.